Welcome to the Friends and Rivals podcast.
Everybody's on already?
Yeah, you're last.
Wow.
Everybody but you, Bill.
Ah, look at that.
Hey!
How's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good. Misses you.
We're good. We're good. Here's Joe.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Joe.
Hey,
How you doing?
How are you?
Great.
How
So
are you guys? Everybody's good?
Yeah, you're getting a look. You're getting a look behind the curtain on how the sausage is made, huh? Of this wonderful podcast.
who's making sausage? We're doing a hockey podcast. What's sausage?
Starving.
What are you talking about?
I could go for some sausage, actually. Now that I say.
Starving. We got any sausage in here? Holy.
So it's like 75 degrees out, and I see you have a blanket on. Is that the Florida in you now coming out?
That's it, you know.
She is frozen right now. You talking
Yeah.
75 degrees.
Yeah, it's
Hello.
Casey
Oh.
boy.
Hello. We're gonna
He's
be
here
warm
too.
tomorrow.
Hi.
yeah, we're gonna be warm.
Hi.
We're gonna be warm tomorrow. We're going to Texas.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
For what?
My sister-in-law is gonna be 96.
Wow.
So we're going to Texas for about a week. And then, we'll be back.
Nice.
What part of Texas?
In Austin.
Oh, nice. I hear
Oh,
lovely
beautiful.
things about Austin.
Yeah, and they have a pool, and so we'll be okay because
90
it's really hot down there.
Yeah.
still swimming, huh? Nice. Gotta love that.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe you've got a beard. Well, I'm talking to Steve. You got a beard.
Just a little scruff.
More scruff.
I'll get under the razor
Uh-huh.
tomorrow. Lost a lot more hair.
So did I. Look at this. How you doing, Tom?
Very well. Thank you very much. Florida misses you.
Uh, maybe we'll see you in Florida sometime.
That would be lovely. That would be lovely. Where in Florida are you? I think I asked
We
this-
are in Fort Pierce on the East Coast.
Fort Pierce.
So, yeah. So it's almost directly across
Yeah, almost
from
directly.
you. Yeah. Well, you guys have a good time.
Thank you. It was nice to see
Well, nice
you.
seeing you. Take care,
Hello,
Joe.
Nick.
Hey, Joe. See you later, Joe.
Bye.
Let's talk Devils and Islanders, let's talk Penguins and Rangers, but let's not talk about Flyers, cause they're a bunch of fucks, which no one can deny.
Episode 29, Friends and Rivals podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tom Harkness. With me, as always, are
Steve Wojtowicz.
Bill Fougere.
Nick Larita.
very blah name call.
Yeah.
I brought the energy, man.
Blah, very blah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go
I
on.
am not the leader of the podcast, nor am I a main character, so I don't even know why I get to go first. Well, second, I should say.
That-
Someone has to go first.
Well, to me, it's just a Brady Bunch rotation. So on the Zoom call, you got the quad box. You're just next in line.
Yeah. So, but I'm not going to bring the energy
like-
if I don't get a top billing.
That's like being a Mickey Mouse organization.
Oh, we don't know anything about those guys.
Mickey Mouse organization. Before we get to any hockey stuff, I mean, who's here for that anyway? Over the weekend, I was in Walmart, just walking around with my son looking for things, and I'm waiting at the end of an aisle because I need assistance from a Walmart employee. So somebody was going to get one, and I was just sitting there waiting, and then poof, somebody walks by me. And did you ever get that? You kind of look at somebody, you're like, the person had the mask on, and I looked at him, and I'm like, where the fuck do I know you? And your brain just goes through the file cabinet and goes, oh, here it is. And at that moment, but he stopped and was like, what is this guy looking at? Why is he staring at me creepily? And I went, I was starstruck in awe, and I extended my hand and said, I don't mean to bother you. I just want to let you know I'm a big fan. How you doing? He shook my hand. He was very cordial. I met Martin St. Louis in a Walmart in Wesley Chapel, Florida. Of all places.
Just to clarify, because
Yeah.
the intro went a little long. He's not a Walmart employee now, right?
No, definitely.
Like you said,
not.
you sent for help
Yeah.
and then he showed up.
No, he
Weird.
just happened to be walking by with a cart. He and his wife, I think later on Twitter, I saw that he posted it was his son's 18th birthday. So
Oh, only the best for Martin
Wow.
St. Louis'
Jesus.
18-year-old son.
No, it didn't look like any presents were in there. They were hunting for food and other barbecue items.
6-day expired meat. Why didn't they just call Nick? He's a master barbecuer.
I mean,
Well, I know they
seriously,
could have roasted a whole pig.
put it out.
But
I would have thought the whole point of being a millionaire was that you don't have to go into Walmart ever again. If I had money,
Right?
I would not be near a Walmart in any state of the union.
How did you
under
not
no
tweet out
circumstances.
either Martin St. Louis doesn't know how to plan to have a party, or Martin St. Louis obviously doesn't have Amazon Prime? One of those two things has to be true.
It probably the planning, because I'm sure he has Amazon Prime. I'm absolutely sure. But I introduced my son to him. My son Ryan was with me. I introduced my son to him. I said, "Listen, he's a member of the Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. He's a Hart Trophy winner,
Hall of Famer.
You know, I failed to mention that. And he was on the Rangers run in 2014, which was very special to me. I let him know that. And then
Did he look happy that somebody recognized him? Like,
he was
hockey players are usually really cool.
He was,
and he said, with a mask on, you recognized him.
he was incredibly awesome. He stood there and answered and was cordial and talked to my son, talked to me. He was so super nice. And he didn't leave until I was kind of done, until I was like, all right, I bothered you enough. Please go about your day. But he was just there taking it. So
I can. Sure
gets to the
he
point
wasn't
of
working there.
What'd you say, Nick?
So are you sure he wasn't working there?
Maybe he's a reader. I don't know, but we start talking about
Hanes underwear being on sale.
No, we start talking about the cup run in 14. And we went through, beating the Flyers.
Wait, you didn't bring up his dead parent, right? Didn't one of his parents die?
I was gonna say, thank God your mom died, so the team can rally around. I didn't.
Wow.
I just started going. He said, we may have lost, in 5 games, but every game was close. A couple of games went to overtime. Dan Girardi could have happened to anybody. I start bringing up such negative things when I talk to celebrities that I just can't talk about happy things. I have to bring up the negative impacts of a series other than, hey.
Don't talk about the cuppy one. Talk about the one he lost. Good call.
I can't talk, like, can you record an intro for our podcast? Or, hey, do you want to be on our podcast? Or anything positive or being in the Hall of Fame. I can only talk about Dan Girardi coughing up the fucking puck in overtime of game 1. That's
hey,
all
Alec,
I can talk about with the poor guy.
Hey, Alec Martinez, what do you think, huh? He really fucked us.
At that, I even said that. I'm like, Alec, I can't even watch Alec Martinez. I get nauseous every time I see him.
I guarantee you for the rest of his time in Walmart, he knew exactly where you were, and he avoided going in that aisle.
No way. Impossible.
I don't even recognize my wife when she's wearing a mask, and you picked out Martin St. Louis.
Tom has a knack for stalking some shorter NHL players from like quite a distance away. This is not the first time that this has happened.
Like when?
Like 1996? Was it?
No, it was 2000.
What year was
Theo Fleury wasn't a Ranger until like 2002.
Well, whatever year that was,
I could be wrong on that. By the way, someone fact checked me on that. But look,
go ahead, tell that story while we do.
It was me, Billy, and Billy's wife Jen. We were up to watch the Rangers at the practice facility in Rye, at Rye Playland, when they actually did practice there, and practice had finished, and we were, looking for autographs. So, at the corner of my eye, I see a car speeding out of the parking lot, and it's Theo Fleury. And I turned to Billy and I said, That's Theo Fleury's car. Follow him. So Billy did. And we followed Theo Fleury to it was a pharmacy. And I'm sure I'm leaving details.
You got it a little bit wrong.
What
because we did not see Theo Fleury speed out of the parking lot. We had just gotten through getting whatever autographs we were getting, and we got in the car and we were driving away, and we were driving through an intersection, and you spotted him going into a pharmacy across the street to the right. I'm like, how the hell did you recognize anybody from this far? I didn't even think it was really him. And sure enough, he made us go into the parking lot. Made us go into the parking lot and chase him in there.
What do you mean? I didn't make you do anything. I merely suggested that we go to the parking lot. Then we go inside.
And we sure did. And we went inside, and
was it Theo Fleury?
There he was, like a deer in headlights. It was Theo Fleury. Just before his substance abuse issues had come out.
I was gonna say, did you want a shot while you were there? We're just like, here's some beer. You want some?
It just happened. We just happened to find them there. That was really it.
Fleury's run with the Rangers was from 99, 2000 to 2001, 2002.
Okay.
So this was probably in the 2000, 2001 season.
Yeah, it was
before he
definitely
went to right before he went to the substance abuse center.
So I didn't cause his substance abuse. I'm just going on record, right? I didn't cause his substance abuse. He was already.
Could have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
I think he was in the pharmacy already. What are you talking about?
I think Bill brings up a great point.
Turns around and sees a crazed fan.
I think Bill brings up a good point. Why don't you stalk NHL players that are taller than you next time? Why do they always have to be shorter than you?
Like comically short, right?
I mean, that's just the way it happens.
Seriously, did St. Louis' neck hurt after looking up at you?
Well, I am a big tall guy at 5'11", and he is a little
5'4".
He's not 5'4". Hell out of
6,
here.
5'7".
Yeah, what is he actually? There's always been those rumors. Like, what is he off the skates? What is his height?
No, he was like Steve height, maybe a little shorter.
So 5'9", 5'8",
5'9". I would have pegged him at 5'7". No doubt.
I'm taller than 5'7".
We know you would have pegged
For
him
those
at
of you
any
listening
height.
at home, I'm taller than 5'7".
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Really?
5'7" is really short, man.
I might
Do
be
you think
5.
talking in a deep voice is going to make you sound taller?
I am under the weather.
What is that about? I
am under the weather.
Listen to this voice. Does it sound like the voice of a short person?
Oh my God, it's Lurch. My goodness. But what are the odds that I meet Martin St. Louis at a Walmart of all places in Wesley Chapel, Florida? Pretty slim.
Well, now to be fair, you do know where he lives.
Well, yeah, I know where he's. And Tina says she's pretty sure you're 5'8", by the way.
Well, she doesn't know what she's fucking talking about. And if she does that again, she's gonna get the hose again.
The hose. But where he lives closer. I think anyway. I've heard rumors that he lives closer down Bruceby Downs, and there's a Walmart in between his house where I think he lives and the Walmart that he was actually at. So,
do you think he heard you were going to be shopping at this particular Walmart and that's why he went there? Did he see you pull into the Walmart and go, "That's Tom Harkness. I have to turn into this parking lot real quick"?
No, but what's funny is though I recognized his wife because as Ryan and I were walking through the store,
oh my God,
things, she was like walking around like aimlessly looking for things, and I was kind of a little scared of her, and I pulled Ryan back.
Hold on a second. She was walking around aimlessly looking for things. Those are two different.
Oh, I know that, but she was walking around as if she had no clue what she was looking for, but just looking at everything.
She had never been in a Walmart before, I'm sure.
Maybe they send people to Walmart all the time or order things off Amazon Prime. I've never been there, but
I know what we'll do today, honey. We're gonna go to Walmart and shop like the common people.
But hey, listen, big shout out to Mark St. Louis. He was such a nice guy, and he's stood there and listened to my banter for as long as I would talk. He probably would have sat longer and talked to me.
I'm having a terrible week, honey. Let's go to Walmart and see if anybody recognizes me, even while I'm wearing my mask.
So you listen, and to end it, I said, listen, it looks like you're shopping with your wife. I don't want to take any more of your time. Thanks very much for stopping. I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you. Take care.
How long was the conversation?
3-4 minutes.
Hours?
Hours.
No, definitely wasn't hours. It definitely was not hours.
How many times did he blink for help? Did he blink? Was it more than once?
He was on his sidekick paging, I think, his security guards. So
Okay.
sidekick would have sidekicks.
Are his guards shorter than him? Are they like, certifiably under?
Yeah, it's the Lollipop Guild.
Yeah.
Poor Ryan just wanted to pick up some new Lego set, and this is Martin St. Louis. Don't you know who this guy is? He's an amazing hockey player. And he's like, Dad, I just want to get this Lego set.
He brought over a $60 Lego set and said, hey, I want to get this. I said, are you crazy? I'm not buying $60 Lego sets. But that actually did happen. But Ryan is like, you give him a famous person, he is just in awe.
Yeah.
He was just standing there like.
Even if they're not a YouTuber?
Even if they're not a YouTuber.
Now, when you got home, did you like show him a video, or did you go to YouTube and maybe show him a little video? No,
Nope.
He just took your word for it.
Yeah, and Jesus Christ, even to Ryan, after he left, I turned to Ryan and I go, listen, he was an undrafted free agent who was told he would never succeed in the NHL because of his size, as he's a Stanley Cup champion. He is a Hart Trophy winner and a Hockey Hall of Famer. So
showed them.
Shout out to you, Marty St. Louis. If you're ever going to listen to this podcast, big shout out to you, big guy. But I'm not the only one who's around NHL royalty this weekend.
Oh, no.
Apparently,
I was rubbing elbows with some NHL, with an NHLer myself.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I was at a wedding this past weekend that was also attended by Mr. Ken Danico of the New Jersey Devils.
Now, this is not the first time you have met Kenny Danico.
No, it's not. I'm a Jersey guy, so I'm bound to run into him like 10,000 times.
No, at the O'Hara event. He's been to the O'Hara event like 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
That's the picture. That's what he was wearing, by the way.
And I left him alone. I didn't corner him in any part of the reception hall and make him talk to me or anything. So
did it seem like anybody was doing that though?
Anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, at least somebody at my table was, and somebody who is now following our podcast. Shout out to my coworker Pete.
Shout out.
Who
what up, Pete?
Definitely went up to Ken and was really proud of himself for wrapping up his conversation with Mr. Danico in like 20 seconds, because otherwise he was afraid he was going to gush over him since he's such a big Devils fan. So
you just said, even if I did go up to him, what would I talk to him about? You have a hockey podcast. You've played hockey before. You've watched him play hockey.
Yeah, but I don't really like the Devils.
I understand that. You've been to the Sean O'Hara outing. You could have brought up that mutual friends now. Rubbing elbows. He would have hung out with you the whole night. Billy, you need to learn how to rub elbows with very important ex-hockey players. I'm going to take you under my wing.
Follow Tom's lead, please.
Yeah.
Next time you meet, next time you see a hockey player, just call me. I'll direct you on what you need to do.
I think I understand, because if it was a musician, if this was like somebody in the Neil Morse band, I'd be attached to him. I'd be like all over. They'd have to call security and all sorts of stuff like that. But that's just a hockey player.
Talk about people that would be happy to be recognized. Anyone in the Neil Morse band would fucking be ecstatic to be recognized.
Dude, Mike Portnoy's in the Long Island Musician Hall of Fame, dude. So just don't even, and the Drumming Hall of Fame for that matter. Come on.
You almost made me speak myself.
And he's beloved in Belgium. Yes. We know.
Wait, so you didn't say hi to Ken Danico at all? You didn't, nothing. The podcast didn't even come to into your brain saying, "Hey, maybe we can get him drunk." Was he drinking?
No.
I didn't ask you, Steve. I asked Billy.
I think he was. He was smoking a cigar a few times. So I think anytime he got that itch, he just got up and went out and smoked or whatever. So I didn't see him at the bar.
So just for the record, Ken Danico is on Cameo. So if we wanted to get a custom intro for him, $103.
Well, you could have gotten one for free.
Yeah.
And Billy could have done it for
Well, how much
free,
is Martin?
and he didn't.
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
amongst yourselves.
But
Amongst yourselves.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you didn't even say hello to Mr. Ken Danico. He seems so nice on TV. He was nice at all the O'Hara outings. I mean, I don't understand.
I don't either. It just really didn't. Just the mood didn't strike me to go. I was going around the reception finding coworkers I hadn't seen in over a year since we've all been locked down. So it was better for me to catch up with some of them.
Martin St. Louis is on Cameo, $100 flat.
Oh, flat? No, not even $103.
So Ken went 103 because of the number 3. Yeah, you know.
No, thank you.
So I mean, are you coming to the O'Hara outing in a couple weeks?
Uh-oh.
Talking to me or
Me?
Bill?
Or
Oh,
him?
Bill.
that guy?
Bill.
I don't know. What day is it again?
You?
The
Me?
30th?
30th, June 30th or July 30th?
June 30th. June 30th in a couple of weeks.
I gotta look into that. I don't know.
All right, look into that and let me know. Because if he's there, I mean, you got to go up to him at that point. Hey, I was at the same wedding you were. Now you have an in to talk to Ken Danico.
He doesn't need an in. What does he need an in for? That's what he's trying to tell you. He's got no desire to have any sort of relationship with
Not
Ken
even to
Danico.
say hi? Nothing.
You know, I don't want to get into names, but he was the favorite player of somebody that we all know that was convicted and thrown in jail. Who's probably still in jail for a while. So I don't know if I really want to get.
Yes.
I don't know what he had to do with that, but
Even more of a reason to go talk to him. You can bring that up.
Oh my God. That's Tom banter. That's what Tom would do when he runs into a celebrity. He would be like, oh God, you know, I had a friend and you were his favorite player and he's in jail right now for inappropriately touching people. But that's besides the point. But he's you were his favorite player. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm meeting you in a Walmart.
That's accurate.
Just to be clear, Ken Danico wasn't in Walmart. Ken Danico was at some reception hall for a wedding.
Yeah, very nice one. Very beautiful as well. Very well done. Very nice time.
How do they know Ken Danico to invite him to his wedding?
Is he a grandpa or something?
The groom works on the New Jersey Devils. I think in production in the broadcast or something like that.
He's part of the TV production team. Yeah.
So who's that guy? Mike Crispino? Not Mike Crispino. Steve Cangelosi there? Was he there too?
There might have been he does Red Bull games too, so there might have been a Red Bull game this weekend.
Or just an excuse. Excuse of not to go. All right, well that's those two out of the 4 podcast hosts running into hockey icons over the weekend. Anything with you guys? Steve?
One Hall of Famer and one should be Hall of Famer. You guys met. Good job.
Ken Danico.
Get with it,
No hockey
Steve.
players here.
Stop being lazy. Go find those NHLers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look up the Canes players and where they live. I'm just gonna go, take the Tom approach and sneak it
Just
out.
stalk
and,
them.
Wait till they go into Walmart or Target. They have some Targets down here. It's possible. And then just chloroform and question them for like 25 minutes.
This is the attitude that we are looking for. Well done, Nick. So
I watched a hockey game this week. Does that count?
No, you don't.
Okay.
So on to a segment that we call When the Saints Go Marching In to Tampa. So game 1 of the NHL semifinals is underway. The Icelanders from New York and the Lightning of Tampa. Islanders took game 1. We are currently in the midst in the second period of game 2. Tampa just took a 2-1 lead on a Palat goal. Nick, floor is yours.
Yeah. I was actually out the whole day, and I play catch up on the game, which was great because my dad was texting me the whole time, and I'm like, yeah, awesome. I can't watch the game. So I ended up watching I got the score kind of early. Well, after it already happened, and then watched the game afterwards. But nevertheless, Isles played real well, and they play the type of hockey they got to play. 4 games out of the 7 to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. They got to play like that perfect kind of hockey, that style. They recur causing turnovers, making big saves, scoring opportunities they need to score on. The only thing they didn't do was, there was a goal in the last minute of the game on a power play. Kind of one of those calls that probably didn't want to have happen right the last minute and a half of the game. But otherwise, pretty much a perfect game. Isles played exactly what they needed to do, and it was a lot of hitting, a lot of real sharp plays. But the most important thing for the Isles was keeping Kucherov's line off the board. That's key to the series. Is that shutting that line down, just like we did for the Bergeron line in the Bruins series. You can't keep them off every game, evident by tonight's game, but you do have to keep them off the score sheet as much as you can. That line is just really, really good, and the rest of their group is not going to do as they're not as they're pretty. I think would say they're a little more of a human, not a human team, but like they're a little more down to earth, I guess, than to the rest of the league when that line is not scoring everything up. Because Kucherov, Point, those guys they're good. They're real good. And
I think they showed a stat that line only had like 2 shots on goal in the first game.
Yeah, I think I thought it said 3.
It could have been 3. Okay.
Earlier in this game, they were mentioning it, and I was like, Jesus, that's all they had. That was so that's the blueprint. They got to keep them off the board completely and make the other lines, break them down, right? But game 2 is where we are now, and they started very physical. Physical. There was 7 penalties in the first period at least. They made the point of it because there were 7 in the whole game last game. Right off the bat, Tampa trying to take Isles off their game and change it up, which they should. They should totally do that. It's the right play. Get physical, make your team, play your game. And so far, this has been a very different game from game 1. Kucherov's got 2 points already, both assists. The last one was one of those plays that he just delayed and made the per pass. And David does with it what he does best, and that's make these ridiculous passes that just set up his guys real easily. So we'll see how the rest of this game goes, but nevertheless, Isles they really got to push their game all as much as they can and get. It'd be nice if they get win obviously 2 in Tampa, but winning 1 at Tampa was all I hoped for. To be honest, that's a huge thing to win away. They're gonna have a hard time playing against us at home. Full house. Next 2 games, they announced 99% capacity at the barn, so it's going to be super loud.
9% capacity?
I don't know what the 1% is. It doesn't make any sense to me why they put that way, but whatever.
That makes as much sense as the coaches wearing masks behind the bench.
That is a great, yeah. Why? What's the purpose?
After the last series, they took the mask off in the handshake line, and they were hugging everybody else on the opposing team. I don't understand it. What if they're going to have them coaches wear the masks behind the bench? They have to do it through the handshake line too.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's at this point, it's absolutely fucking absurd.
I think I would like to see the Islanders take the Penguins approach. So the Penguins, when they were really on their successful run, never got involved in those post-game scrums. They never took that extra penalty. And the Islanders really have to be disciplined and start to do that. Don't take that extra penalty during the scrum.
Good point, because Mayfield ended up getting.
You could never engage one of the Penguins after the whistle.
Right.
They were so disciplined; they would always just skate away.
Yeah, so that's a good point because in this second here early in the game, Mayfield ended up getting taken into a penalty. Maroon, I think it was, in Tampa. Basically, just Maroon just held him until Mayfield finally pushed back, and basically they had a whole they got him 2 each, which was pretty.
And then they wound up taking a penalty after that to give Tampa a 4-on-3, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so that was playing right into what Tampa was trying to do there. They got rid of a defenseman, a defensive defenseman who is, our best penalty killer. They got him out of there,
right.
And that made it quite tricky. But we'll see. I think this game's got 2 minutes left from what I could see in the game, this period, and then a whole nother period. So
They already started the third period. That's how far behind you.
Do you think somewhere David Cassidy is grinning ear to ear after the couple of the penalties the Islanders committed in the first period, that they're not that they are still the Saints, and they're getting away with murder? I mean, listen, the defenseman
has not found his smile
into the
yet.
goalie. I mean,
he did, and that was not a penalty at all.
No.
That was a bad call by the ref, dude. I don't think that's a dirty play intentionally. I think because you're hitting a guy into your goalie. That's not what the defenseman's trying to do.
Yeah, if he doesn't get shoved, he's not hitting the goalie.
No,
he's not hitting the goalie normally.
Point had a step on him, so he was trying to prevent him from scoring. That was literally what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he's trying to prevent exactly. I think he just lost sight of where he and the player was when he went to hit him, and it turned out real bad. Barley had to come out for concussion protocol. It looks like he ended up going back in the second period, but that was a bad call. Refs they had a later call that was kind of soft, I felt, the other way. So,
but
I don't know.
What have the Islanders been all year though?
They've been disciplined,
opportunistic, and when they got on that power play, they scored a goal that tied up the game at 1. They opportunity was handed to them, and they tied the game. And that's a real big storyline for the Islanders in this playoffs, is their opportunistic goal scoring, and we've covered that ad nauseum.
I think
big,
there's
big,
that.
big thing.
I think the opportunistic play is one thing for the Islanders. I think the other thing is what we've been kind of alluding to with them shutting down Tampa's top line in game 1. I mean, the Kucherov line. Now Kucherov's just got back for the playoffs, but I mean, still any line with Kucherov, and then you got the Bergeron line, which is incredible with Marchand and Pasternak, and then the Crosby line the series before. I mean, those guys, those P&P guys on the top defensive line are just shutting everybody down, and that's going to make the Islanders very, very tough to beat. I don't know that the competition's getting any better than the Penguins and the Bruins. I mean, I don't think the Lightning are. I think the Lightning are obviously have a great goaltender and some great offensive guys, but I overall I don't think the way that team is constructed, I don't think they're a tougher opponent than the Bruins and the Penguins were. They're just keep on rolling along, and Tom, I know you hate to hear it because it's making you sick, but I think the Islanders are going to be extremely tough to knock out of this playoffs for 2 reasons. I don't think you can get behind them in a game and have any hope of coming back, and I don't think you can get behind them in a series and have any hope of coming back. Like I think if you're in the next round, you gotta win game 1, and you gotta maintain some kind of pressure on the Islanders to come back if you're ever going to beat them in the series.
Well, based on what Billy's saying, I think I got a new team to back.
No, go away.
Yes.
No, I can't do it to Nick.
9:46 on the 15th of June.
Can't do it to Nick.
Stick with
Wouldn't do
Montreal.
it.
Stick with
Wouldn't be
Montreal.
fair. Wouldn't be fair.
Too late. Even when you said you were backing the Jets and then you backed out, look what happened to them.
I am a huge Pete DeBoer fan, so let's go Vegas.
Oh shit!
Fuck. Well, here comes
it's
coming back again.
It's over for whoever plays from the de facto Western Conference Finals.
Well, hey, speaking of former Vegas Golden Knight coaches, the Rangers have themselves a new head coach finally in Gallant, and it's $3.5 million a year. Is that good for coaches? I don't even know what coaches make nowadays.
I think that's a good salary. Yeah, I think that's pretty high.
Gotta be pretty
Keeps you from having to shop at fucking Walmart.
It certainly does. It certainly does. Well, are there a lot? There's not a lot of Walmarts in New York City anyway.
He had to make a lot of money in Tampa.
I'm looking that up right now.
He had to make like 60 mil or something.
Martin St. Louis career earnings.
Oh yeah, he's over
$55.5 million.
How much was in Tampa?
That's it. I thought it was more than that.
That's it.
How much in Tampa?
I thought it was more than that. But that's just on his NHL salary, not no endorsements or anything else like that.
No, that's just.
Yeah, but hockey players don't get like a lot in endorsements. I mean, unless you're
not whatever he's made as agreed to.
No, they get local endorsements. So, I mean, add another couple mil or two per year, which, sorry, it sucks to be them, right? But this was the Rangers' first choice. I know that they were waiting to see how things played out with either Brindamore or either with Mike Sullivan, but I don't think either of those guys are moving. And Gallant was the clear number one choice. I am actually very happy that they did not choose Rick Tocchet. I was never a Rick Tocchet fan.
No.
Didn't really like the way he operated down in Arizona. And I don't think he would have been a good fit in New York. There are some interesting things, though. One of the interesting things is Gallant didn't have a face-to-face meeting with Dolan. So we got to see how that plays out.
So who does the hiring in this? Was this Drury's pick?
This was all Drury. And it was said in the paper that as soon as the job was offered to him, he immediately accepted. There wasn't, let me go back and talk it over. It was immediate that he said, absolutely, yes, let's do it. And then Brooks put out an article about Yager and how the team's going to love him and all the superstars are going to react to him. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And they're also saying that the Eichel trade talks are calming down. Thank God. Thank God they're calming down, which kind of means that they're going to trade for him like soon. But God, I really, really hope that does not happen.
I think it's a great signing for them. I think it really shows they're taking the next step. Like this is now you've got to be a very competitive team, a solid playoff team, a second round, third round team with him as the coach.
Yeah. And it also says this is the end of the rebuild. And we started texting a little bit about how long should a normal rebuild take? Right? Because the last time the Rangers made the playoffs was 2017, 2018. So it's been 3 years and the rebuild is over. 3 or 4 years and the rebuild is over.
So I did just a little bit of research and I did it based on the Penguins and the Blackhawks. I figured those were the two best case scenarios to base this off of. The Penguins missed the playoffs for 4 straight years. During those 4 straight years, they were able to draft Malkin and Crosby.
Yeah, they got lucky on the Crosby thing.
And then
should have been a Ranger.
Well,
3 years.
The NHL was always fixing that. Yeah.
And then 3 years later, they won a cup. So they missed the playoffs for 4 years, made the playoffs 2 years with not much success, and then the next year won the cup. The Blackhawks missed the playoffs for 5 years, which led to them getting Taves and Kane. And then 2 years later, they won a cup.
Well, and we also have this team right now, the Islanders. Nick, from their rebuild to where they are now, I don't. When did they go through a rebuild last?
Yeah, so it was actually 2008 draft when they kicked off the rebuild, the official rebuild. There was literally nothing in the cupboard. No, the draft picks were terrible for years. He absolutely destroyed that franchise's, everything they had in terms of young players. To the point where there was nobody on the team from Milbury's picks or anything. And a couple years after he's gone, I mean, only guy I think that was on the team after a couple of years was basically Franz Nielsen, who was like a 7th or 8th round pick at that time. He was a pretty late pick. And essentially, in 2008, all the way through to about, we're going to say the rebuild ended about 2012 when we made the playoffs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 to 5 seasons, really. You can make the argument. And then from there, they ended up having basically a really shitty year in 2013 when they got another top 5 pick, but the rebuild really ended the year before. So they making the playoffs was really in a shortened season in 2012, 2013 year. That was I think the 4th or 5th year of 2000.
I was pegging 3 to 5 years. Somewhere.
Yeah,
so we were in the range of 5 years, and I thought it was longer, but it's just that we had this dip again and then came back up. and then they just could not get past the second round. And then they finally fired.
Look, teams can go through a rebuild.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs and then immediately go through another rebuild without actually calling it a rebuild.
Well, the Isles actually didn't go through another rebuild. They just had the same core. They're really young. And now you're seeing the kind of like the guys.
It took 5 years for them to develop into the playoffs.
Yeah. So like the core of the team is Josh Bailey, Brock Nelson. You know, those guys who were homegrown players who were both picked in 2008 and 2010. I think Brock was picked. You know, the defensemen, 3 defensemen in Pollock, Pellick, Mayfield, they're all in the same original, you know, kind of rebuild time frame. You know, we had Devon Taves, who ended up obviously not staying with the team, but a lot of homegrown players. And now you got the next wave of guys coming in with Dobson, Sorokin, Wallstrom. They actually obviously had some nice pickups. And I forgot Honors Lee, who, you know, late pick in 2009, same year as Tavares. Who knew that he would end up being the captain over Tavares? But nevertheless, all these guys slowly just kind of made their way up, and next thing you know, they're all now is the time that they're winning, but they're all turning 30-ish, you know. So we're kind of like in that phase where they have to start winning now, and so it's pretty obvious from the last 2 years where with Trotz with the second round, you know, conference finals exit last year, and now we're in the conference finals again. So this is kind of their.
This is the run. This is the peak right here. Yeah,
it's going to be. You know, they'll probably keep the team together for the next couple of years, regardless of how the outcome. But you know how it goes. Every year, it's basically you're slowly going back. You know, you're not as good as you were before because you got, you know, more and more contracts are going up in terms of money, and you have to move guys. So like we have moved Taves this year. This coming up year, who knows what happens with Seattle's expansion draft? Hopefully they take somebody that's got contract, you know, I got length and term that we can afford to lose, but you know, it's gonna be tough. Like we have to pay Adam Pellick, and we got to pay Barzal in a couple years. It's gonna be expensive, so they got to make some changes and figure out how to keep the core going. That's gonna be tricky.
I agree, Steve. How long has the Devils been in a rebuild?
That's a great question. Because when do you?
I think they did. I think they peaked and then they hit another rebuild.
That's exact. It's 2 rebuilds. So the second rebuild, if we say the second rebuild started in the year Heischer was drafted first, so I guess that's 17, 18. So we're getting close to that 4-year mark for that.
Because the year prior to that, you had the Hall. That Hall. No, you didn't have Hall yet.
No, 17, 18 was Heischer's rookie season. Was Hall's MVP year. But right, I think that was, even though they made the playoffs, I think that was still considered year 1 of the rebuild because they were cleaning out older players and bringing in younger players at that time. And that's what I would consider the rebuild starting.
So you don't think the rebuild started after they made the final?
In 2012?
Yeah.
No, because they still had Parisi and they still had Kovalchuk at that point.
No, would they lose
and then Kovalchuk retired and Parisi left. And that's, you know, that's when the first rebuild started. And then again, the second rebuild, I would put in the Heischer first year.
That wasn't 13 when they went after, that was after the 13 season, or that was prior to the 13 season?
What was?
With Parisi and
that was after. They were on that team. They were both on that team. Parisi was the captain of that 2012.
No, I know that, but after that season, that's where Parisi left.
I think he was 1 more year and then he left.
All right.
So they're right in that 4 to 6 year window that both the Penguins and Blackhawks went off. It's, you know, they're still a season or 2 away from that.
And that 4-year period between 13 and 17, you wouldn't have called a rebuild at all?
Again, like you're saying, I think it was 2 different rebuilds. I think they tried to rebuild on the fly, so to speak.
Right, as opposed to blowing it up and
right, exactly, where they brought in some names, but still tried to, you know, like Nick said, replenish the farm system. And then they realized that wasn't working, and they were like, we've just got to blow it up and definitely just rebuild from the ground up.
So you're hitting on that 4-year mark now. where you're going into an offseason where you got a ton of cap space. You have a lot of options out there. They have to make the playoffs this year. Are you? And again, I mean, I hate your coach. I fucking hate him.
Cool.
Can't stand him. I just don't. I don't understand how limited.
I'm bringing the same mindset I brought this year, which was I just want them to be competitive the last month of the year. Be fighting for a spot the last month of the year. If you don't make the playoffs, that's okay. But don't be one of the top 5 draft picks next year. Be fighting for the playoffs the last month of the season.
It would definitely be. It would definitely be good. And have we asked who the Devils marketing person is? We've had a conversation before on this podcast. We've talked
I had season tickets back in the 90s, and it was a thing even back then that they have always had the worst marketing department in the history of commercialism.
You brought this to my. I mean, Stan Fischler. I mean, he's still alive.
Stan Fischler, who thought the Devils were going to draft Capo Caco, he said that publicly, that they were going to draft Capo Caco instead of Jack Hughes.
He's a smart guy. But how do the Devils put out an article praising Mark Messier for the guarantee in 1994? How does this come out of a Devils website? And how do they let the Maven write an article like this? Look, he's a hockey historian. He's very well respected. I mean, God bless him. But Jesus Christ, you're writing for the Devils and you write an article about how Mark Messier torched your team in Game 6?
Someone just took what he said and goes, "Oh, he writes for us. I'll just tweet that out."
Oh my God.
Devils Twitter was definitely in a fury over that.
It was literally a Rangers article.
Yeah.
There was nothing other than Bill Guerin saying a couple of things.
Right. It was the first paragraph was Devils related, and then the next 10 paragraphs were all pro Rangers.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Look, they do some comical stuff out there, the Devils Twitter, and I kind of like it. But with this kind of stuff, they're as smart as a sack of wet mice.
He's got an excuse, Fischler, because he's like 110 years old now. I can see why he would write that and submit it. But somebody's got to be taking a closer look and maybe doing a little editing or saying, maybe this isn't right for us. I mean, publish it somewhere or whatever.
So I think it's 2 different departments too. I think Devils Twitter is one group, and this was done on the Devils website, and just the link was tweeted through the Twitter. So it wasn't like, I don't think Devils Twitter account person doing this. I think it was somebody from the website who just sent that link out.
Social media falls under marketing. All this falls under marketing. Wow. Sorry. So I don't know. Get your shit together, Devils Twitter, Devils media, Devils marketing. They made
it right today by inking Nathan Bastian to that deal.
Yeah. Sorry, that wasn't an agenda item. How did I miss that?
We'll just glance right over it.
But it would have been like the same thing that like the Rangers writing an article about how Brodeur torched them in the late 90s.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It
makes zero sense.
Ever happen. And I don't, for the life of me.
And if it did slip through, how quick would that person be let go?
They should be filing for unemployment today.
That tweet would have been taken down, and Dolan would have
wrote a letter,
tracked them down.
Oh yeah,
called them out by name.
Oh my God, that person would literally. Oh my God, no, I can't even say that. That's wrong of me to say.
They would be banished from the Garden forever, like Anthony Mason.
It was Charles Oakley, but I mean, Anthony Mason's dead. So
he ain't going to the Garden either, is he?
So he's banned from the Garden.
What's that? What'd you say, Bill?
Bill said he's flowering the Garden.
I was saying the same thing. I said no. I said then he's banned from the Garden. Can't bring dead people through the Garden.
Is that a rule?
Do they have to have they would have to have a ticket.
I mean, if you brought someone's last wish on Earth, right, or even their dying wish was take my ashes, my remains, and bring them to the Garden one more time for one more game. That's literally bringing a dead person to a game.
Tom, we're the 153rd rated podcast. I don't think we talk about such topics. We're too good for that. We are too good for that.
I thought where you were going, it was like a more of a Weekend at Bernie's scenario where we
That would have been better.
Attached
That
to
would have been better.
Set him down.
You can do that too. You're right. That is so much better.
Third period's underway, baby.
God damn. I don't know. I'm still in the first intermission.
Go Isles, go.
Over for my team. Son of a bitch.
It's now time for everybody's not so favorite segment.
It's trivia with Bill. Yuck.
Thanks. All right. So today's question from the world of the NHL is, who was the leading scorer in the 1992-93 playoffs? And for extra credit, how many goals and assists did this person have?
92-93. That was the year the LA Kings and Canadiens played in the final.
Good recall. Right off the bat. Very nice.
And if I recall, the Habs were just a ridiculous overtime team that year.
10 overtime wins in the playoffs.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't it be
One
too
playoff
easy?
season.
Wouldn't it be too easy just to say Gretzky?
It wasn't Gretzky. It wasn't Gretzky. I'm gonna say John LeClaire.
I'm gonna say Yari Curry.
Yari
I'm
Curry.
gonna
Wasn't he on that
say-
Kings team?
Talking about?
Wasn't he on that Kings team?
Yeah, but he was like 800 at the time.
So was Wayne.
He was like fucking Stan Fischler old. Probably not, because he played for the Rangers after that, which was fitting. Sorry.
I can't remember. I can't remember if he played on this team at the time, but I'm thinking Vincent Damphousse. Was he? I'm not sure.
He was a rookie. I think he was more 95.
It just
Was it any of
his name
those?
didn't
Was it
pop
any of
in my
those
head.
three?
Was it any of those three?
Wait, what were the three? Because all I heard
Oh,
was it wasn't
Jesus
Wayne Gretzky.
Christ!
No, because I heard the name Wayne Gretzky, but I heard somebody say it wasn't Wayne Gretzky. It was Wayne Gretzky, by the way.
I told you, you
That's
fucking
what I
jerk.
was-
You made me not pick Wayne Gretzky. All right, but I'm gonna say the point total
No, he only said the goal.
was
He played 24 games. So if you want to,
Okay.
if you want to use that as something to help build your estimate,
7 goals, 21 assists, 28 points.
No.
What? Wow, really?
higher.
Higher.
Oh. I was gonna say 40 points. I don't know.
I'm gonna say
10 goals.
32 points. He had 12 goals and 20 assists.
One of you had the point total exactly correct.
Nick.
Now, Tom, Nick, do either of you want to change your answer?
No, I think I'm gonna go with Nick's point total. I think Nick had the 40 points.
40 points. I'll say
7
13
and
goals.
33.
13 goals.
Yeah, I
That's very close. That's a very nice job. 40 points. It was 15 goals and 25 assists
Wow.
you have two
in the
hat
playoff season.
They didn't fucking win it. Jesus, that's
Because he
crazy.
kept on going to overtime.
No, because Desjardins kept scoring friggin' overtime goals.
Desjardins. That's what I was thinking of, man.
Not Danfouse.
Fuck. Was Danfoose on the team at the time?
If he was, he was.
Nah.
I always
Like
thought of
he
him
was
as a Maple
later.
Leaf, but I don't know.
I had him as the Sharks, and I thought Montreal, but I could be. I'm thinking like NHL 93 when I play as a kid. And I'm like, who am I thinking of? You're right. It was Desjardins. That's who I was really thinking of. That was great.
So, all right, that wasn't that bad. I guess.
That was, I mean,
That was better.
That might have been the best trivia question yet.
I think
That's
it was.
because I didn't get it. That's because I didn't get it from those cards. I went freelancing.
Boo.
oh no, you got to stick to the shit cards the great cards that you got.
We had my mom on before the podcast. You could have just thanked her for those.
Oh
Prepare for disappointment.
I'm already there.
How does that go in? How does that go in?
Ah,
Looks like you got a clear lane. Did someone deflect that?
I don't know.
no, look at that. There's right around Bailey. Bailey was right in front of him.
It was his own guy's screen. I don't know. I didn't get to the replay yet.
Oh, and it was a perfect shot.
Yeah, I'm
It
sure.
was right in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful
Again,
shot.
a well-placed shot will beat a goalie all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. Bailey was
No,
he
you
was
couldn't
super
see around
strong.
Bailey.
No, and you're right. That was a perfect shot.
Wow, that was ridiculous.
Oh,
Looked
Nice
like
shot.
me out there
Yeah, serious.
screening the goalie.
Yes, that I was going to do that. Now for everybody's actual favorite segment, impressions.
It's Impressions with Nick.
Now, Nick,
All right.
this is a treat for us, right? We're gonna. This is long. This has some legs to it, doesn't it?
So we're gonna have a two week parlay here. This is going to be a little bit of a prize as well to the winner of this 2 week.
Can we at least know what the stakes are? Steak, my God.
Steaks?
Steak.
Mm.
No, I can't send you. I could send you a steak, but you're not gonna want it.
How about some? How about some frozen pulled pork from the?
How about the next time Nick is in your area, he's got to make you dinner.
I mean, that is, of course, on the table whenever you're in the area. I will make you some real North Carolina.
This is
I like it.
June. This is episode 29, Friends and Rivals podcast. It's going to be launching June 16th. Nick clearly said that. Okay, don't take it out, Steve. Don't edit it.
Nope.
There you go. So here's the stakes. Winner of this segment, the next 2 weeks, total scoring for 2 weeks straight. Any on the NHL store. Your choice. I will mail it to you.
Ooh.
Pretty good?
Ooh.
Anything?
Any hat, I said.
Oh, hat.
Any hat.
Say anything.
Anything? Yeah.
He
fuck
definitely-
you, dude.
For Tom, he cut off. He cut out in the optimal time for Tom.
Here, all right? I don't shop at Walmart with Martin St. Louis, and I don't have that kind of cash flowing around. So, anywho, all right, here's the
They sell
deal.
any hats made of solid gold?
I checked already. There aren't. You guys can't kill me that much. All right, here's the deal. This is going to be who said the line? You're going to get 7 questions.
Ooh.
Each question will be a multiple choice question. You'll have to write down A, B, C, or D.
Do you have a Scantron?
I don't
No
have a pen.
Scantrons.
I have
This
a
is why
number 2 pencil.
I will read off the questions. I will read the answers. I will read them up twice so you can, if you need the extra response, so you can get it in your brain, and then you guys will share your answers when you're all ready, and I'll write them down and we'll be scoring as we go.
When you're
Can't
all
wait.
ready, you sound like a Southerner already.
So how does this last like 2 weeks then? I don't get that time.
Because I'll do this for 2 weeks straight, and whoever has the most points after 2 weeks.
So it's 7
Win.
this week, 7 next week.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say it, and we got to guess.
correct.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
All right.
And we just blurt out the answer, right?
No.
All right. Give us question number. We need something. We need some of that music in here.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
All right, question number,
We don't have
Quote.
time for you to look for it now.
quote number 1.
Quote number 1. We don't have to write down the question or the quote, right? We just have to write down the answer.
That's all you need to write down. A, B, C, or D. All right? Or the name, whatever you want to do.
I think that's copyrighted. I don't know if we can use that.
Whatever.
That music gets me all horned up. Thank you.
Nice.
Because it was a horn. Oh, I got it. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
All right. Quote number 1. Yeah, so they're probably, the softest team we played against, in this road trip. We should have those 2 points.
I know who this is.
All right. A, Joe Thornton. B, Michael Pekka. C, Ty Domi. D, Ryan Getzlaf. A, Joe Thornton. B, Michael Pekka. C, Ty Domi. D, Ryan Getzlaf.
I remember that scumbag when he said it.
Good. All right, let me go when you guys are ready.
Okay.
You guys all good?
Yeah.
I got no idea. Good.
Steve?
Yeah. Good.
All right. Let's see your answers.
Oh, we got to show 'em? Oh, I thought we were writing all of them down.
Yeah. All right. I got an A, and a B. What is that there, Billy?
Yeah, mine's a B. Yep.
All right. It is A, Joe Thornton.
Cocksucker said it against the Rangers too.
Tom, are you, Steve, take score here for us.
All right.
All righty.
Thornton.
Quote number 2. All right. Now I'm going to do this as a reporter and then the coach. All
Okay.
right. Easy. So how was Jeff Carr today? Awesome. Actually, I was about today. A. Peter Laviolette. B. Daryl Sutter. C. Mike Sullivan. D. Ken Hitchcock.
Go again with the names.
A. Peter Laviolette. B. Daryl Sutter. C. Mike Sullivan. D. Ken Hitchcock.
I think this is a straight guess from all of us.
All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. You got answers there, Billy? All right. We got that B from B, and what's that? All right. Answer will be Daryl Sutter.
That's everyone gets a point.
It was a real toss up between A and B. I thought it might have been Laviolette.
Everybody get that one?
Yeah.
No, I had D.
Oh,
D.
I thought you had
I
B.
had D.
Okay.
D. You had the D.
He likes the D.
I have to find something that writes bigger on my phone.
All right.
Sure, not your
Quote number 3. All right. Bug guide. I've never been called that before. That's a new one. Walrus. That's too easy. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm not fat. I might be husky, but I'm not fat. A. Bruce Boudreaux. B. Barry Trotz. C. Lindy Ruff. D. Paul McLean. McLennan. Sorry. McLean? McLean.
Wait,
I don't know how to say it.
Boudreaux and who's the second guy?
A. Boudreaux. B. Trotz. C. Ruff. D. McLean.
Boudreaux and Trotz are not the same person.
If one wears glasses, that's about it.
It's like Superman and Clark Kent.
Ah.
One's got glasses.
Was ready?
Yeah.
All right, we got
B.
the B, A, B, A. What was that, Billy?
Mine's a B.
The answer was D. Paul McLean.
Paul McLean.
If you've ever seen a picture of him, he looks basically like a walrus. It's uncanny. All right, 0 points in that one, boys. All right. Quote 4. I'm not impressed. It's a pathetic performance. Half of the team doesn't care. I really start to believe their goal is to be the worst defensive squad in the league. They turn the puck over. They have no vision. They're soft. Like I've never seen a bunch of defensemen soft like this. All right. A. Michelle Tyrion. B. Mike Milbury. C. Butch Goring. D. Jacques Lemaire. A. Michelle Tyrion. B. Milbury. C. Butch Goring.
I was totally going to say
D.
Super Mario. I thought that was Super
D.
Mario.
Jacques Lemaire. He's a coach. He's all
Could
coaches.
be wrong. Yeah.
Fucking Mario.
Definitely thought it was not Mario Lemieux. Like I thought it was Super
Like
Mario,
Super Mario.
From the video game.
I didn't think I sounded like Super Mario, but okay. All right.
There we go.
Listen to it tomorrow. You'll be
It's
surprised.
Mario.
It's me, Mario.
I'm hungry for pizza. That's all I know.
All right. I can't really read them. A. What do you? I can't tell you wrote there, Billy. You got A, B, and C, you fucker.
B.
B.
Yeah.
Answer was A. Michelle Tyrion.
Yes. It couldn't have been Milbury or the other guy because they were too American.
Yeah,
So
the
I-
accents were right.
Yeah, there. I had to use the accent. I can't. Like.
No, you have to.
It's
It's
gotta-
an impression, Nick.
that's the whole thing.
These are
All
called
right.
context clues.
All right. Quote 5. If you trust him again and he takes another dumb penalty, I'm gonna kill him. So do me a favor, save his life. Don't dress him.
Say the
Joey
quote
moment.
again. Say the quote again. You broke up.
Yeah, you did break up.
If you, oh, really? Is it better now or still shitty?
Yeah, no, good. Yeah.
If you dress him again and he takes another dumb penalty, I'm going to kill him. So do me a favor, save his life, don't dress him. A. John Tortorella. B. Herb Brooks. C. Brian. D. Lindy Ruff.
Was C? C was who?
Burke.
Burke.
A. Tortorella. B. Herb Brooks. C. Brian Burke. D. Lindy Ruff.
sounds like some asinine thing Burke would say, but I don't think he's got that accent.
Let me know when you're ready.
You locked in?
Are you just focusing on the letter? Is that what you're doing? Okay. All right. I got Brooks. I got 2 Brooks and an A, which is Tortorella, right?
Yep.
All 3 are wrong. Brian Burke.
I knew it was something asinine Brian Burke would say. Ugh. I didn't think he had that ridiculous accent.
Hey, it's my accent.
Nope.
Me too.
Nobody does. And nobody has that
I'm
accent.
trying to
Talks
impersonate
normal.
as
He
much as I
doesn't. If anything,
Whatever.
he talks like he's got balls in his mouth.
Hey.
All right.
Sorry, Bill.
All right. Quote 6. This one's between a player and a reporter. I have great news and even better news. All right. Give us the great news and then the even better news. Okay. Great news. Not playing tomorrow night. And good news, we have a chance to win the game. So what's your mindset for tomorrow's game? Make sure I don't forget my thermos, put some nice tea, and enjoy the bench. All right. A, Patrick Waugh. B, Roberto Luongo. C, Ilya Brizgalov. D, Robin Leonard. A, Patrick Waugh. B, Roberto Luongo. C, Ilya Brizgalov. D, Robin Leonard. All right. CCC. You guys all got it right. Pretty sure my accent probably gave that one away pretty much.
Well, yeah, I still, as soon as you started saying it, I knew one of the 14 had to be Brizgalov. One of them. You're doing quotes. He is a quote machine.
He's a machine, dude. He's a machine. All right, last one, boy. Quote 7. The playoffs separate the men from the boys, and we found out we have a lot of boys in our dressing room. A, Mike Milbury. B, Neil Smith. C, Ryan Burke. D, Bob Murray. A, Milbury. B, Smith. C, Burke. D, Murray. All right, we got an A, and we got an A, all from Milbury. Oh, man. You guys all got it wrong. That's a Neil Smith quote.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Neil Smith said something?
It was after a loss in the playoffs with the Rangers. Okay. So how do we do, Steve?
You're losing 4 to 3 for me, 3 for Tom, 1 for Bill.
I quit.
Wait. I got 4 right. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I haven't checked.
4 for me, 4 for Tom, 4 for Bill.
I got 1. I said no. I got 1.
No, Bill got 1. How are you keeping score? Who was keeping
4 for Tom?
Right.
4 for Tom, 4 for me, 1 for Bill. I have it right here.
Where do you have it right?
Right there on the sheet. Week 1.
Is that
4,
the official tally taker?
4, 4, and 1.
Nick, what do we do in the event of a tie, Nick?
Well,
I will come up with a tiebreaker question, which will be a la to Billy's question tonight with some sort of point total. So you'll have to be whoever closest to the point total, whatever it is, right?
Okay. Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Outstanding.
This was so much better than I don't know. This is a great segment. I like this. Well
there you
done.
go. Gotta change up a little bit, boys.
Ooh.
All right.
As the Lightning went up 4-1.
Yeah, it's not great. It's going poorly this game.
Good call, Nick. It's not great. That's a great point. Great insight. You know, guys, a 4-1 deficit is not as good as a 3-2 lead.
Holy Jesus! Really?
Maybe their own defenseman shouldn't have knocked out Varlamov.
He's back though. He's not.
Is he
okay.
Back? He's playing again.
Did Hedman get credit for that goal?
I know.
I don't have my sound up. Hold on.
If he did,
Yeah.
it would be the first goal by a blue liner on the Lightning this postseason.
That's crazy, right? I heard that before. Yeah.
That's like mind-boggling shit.
Didn't Hedman have a shit ton of goals last year? Actually, in the playoffs. I think he had like 6 or 7 or something crazy.
But Point's
I
got
think
what,
there's-
10, 11 goals already? My
I
God.
think there's speculation there might be a UBI that's not really known about Hedman. He might be having a little trouble with his shot or something. I don't know. They don't really give you a lot of information.
For those wondering, that would be an upper body injury.
Oh, our listener knows.
By the way,
I was talking about Rakesh out in India. He may not know.
By the way, I looked at the NHL salaries.
Edmund.
3.5 million. That's 10th best in the league. You got
3.5 million what?
a year for Gallant, right?
Oh,
Is that what you guys
for
For
coaches.
coaches.
10th best?
10th
Sounded like
best.
you said Hedman. I was like, whoa.
Oh, no, sorry.
It's like, shit, I thought he made more than that.
Who's ahead of him?
You got so Quenneville makes the most in the league. He's got 5.25. Todd McLennan's making $5 million a year for with the Kings. And you got Claude Julien making $5 million for the Canadians. Elaine how do you say Elaine's last name? Vigneault. He's making $5 million. Elaine Nazardine's making $5 million. Wait, AHL.
No.
Why does that say Islanders? That's wrong.
No. Nazardine's not even the head coach.
Yeah, this looks wrong.
Nick.
You went to the Cowboys.
This list is about as good as Tom's stat about the Cowboys last week.
You went to Cowboys.
Where the hell is this shit going on? Everyone else looks pretty much the right team, right guys?
Cap Friendly doesn't give
that list was made by Elaine Nazardine. He wanted to show off to his friends.
Oh, it's so good. What the hell? This is so weird. Why is he even in? This is Islanders team. But like Mike Sullivan, Dallas Aikens, Trotz is there. You got a lot of dudes there. Looks all right.
So everything sounds about right except for that one.
Yeah, someone threw it in there. See if you'd even read the
just
article.
To see if anybody really checked the list.
Billy, where are the Penguins trading Malkin this week?
I think they talked to him.
It's going to be different.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be different every week, right?
They didn't talk to him, and he's still not waiving his no movement clause. So so could be anywhere. Who knows?
So you brought up the Eichel rumors stopping for the Rangers.
Yeah.
But there are some Buffalo Sabre rumors that do involve the Devils. That apparently the Devils have inquired about Rasmus Ristolainen.
Is he the minus 167 guy?
No.
I think so. No. But he's a right-handed defenseman, and that's what they need more than anything is right-handed defenseman. But I don't know if he's a right fit for the team. But that's that rumor is out there.
Yeah, one of the Rangers.
There was no talk about what was going back the other way. Just that he was a target.
Well, yeah, he should.
Can you imagine a trade between those two teams? You can tell your guy on Buffalo, hey, good news, you're getting out of Buffalo. Bad news, you're going to Jersey. Ew.
I got it.
Not like going from Winnipeg to Columbus. It's a little bit better. At least you're getting close to New York City.
That's true. I did see an article about Scheifele maybe coming to New York in a trade. So,
Scheifele, the golfer?
No, Mark Scheifele on the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh,
it was suspended.
So he wouldn't be able to play his first 2 games.
Well, he's only suspended for the first game. But one of the things the Rangers have to do this offseason is get bigger and tougher and harder to play against, and they got a lot of very offensive, speedy defensemen. Is it good to have too many of those guys, or do you need to balance that out? Speed guy, toughness, speed guy, toughness, speed guy, toughness.
It depends on how they're doing in their own end. Speed and speed guys are great. You don't necessarily need a lot of toughness in your own end, except that tends to be something that helps you defensively and helps you clear the front of your net. And so
right.
It's not a matter of there's always got to be a balance, but you can't have too much speed anywhere on the ice, but it just depends on if they're effective at playing defense.
I mean, you look at Fox, you look at Jones, and you look at Lundqvist, who are coming over next year. They're all small guys. They're all very offensive, playmakers. You got to think one of those guys is going to get traded. You got to think one of those guys is going to get traded as part of a package for some toughness. And I don't know necessarily it's going to be on defense or if it's going to be, for a forward.
Well, I've always been of the mindset that you have 3 and 3. One
right.
for each line, and you balance it out.
Yeah.
So you've got 3. And they're really the harder one to pick up is the skilled offensive defenseman. I think you could find the tougher defensive defenseman pretty easily.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do, but they're going to definitely, but they're both going to come at a cost. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with those.
Well, no, again, you've got 3 guys that are either on entry-level deals or just coming off entry-level deals.
Well, they'll all be on entry-level deals next year.
And again, that's the tougher position to fill is the offensive-minded defenseman. So you're in a good position that.
Yeah, not if they're all left-handed, though. I think they're all left-handed.
Yeah, you should balance that out just for the power play sake.
Right.
Kind of have 1-1.
Not necessarily, because they typically go four forwards on the
4-1. But now you wouldn't have to. Now you're not exhausting one of your forwards.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still going to. So, you're going to have your Panarin, your Strome, your Kreider up front, and you're going to have Zibanejad with, Fox on the back end. I mean, that's your power play unit. That's your number 1 power play unit.
But then who's your how balanced is your second power play unit? Can you?
It's not. It's full of young. It's full of young kids.
Wouldn't it be better if you took one of those forwards off of that unit and moved them to the second unit?
Yeah, I would love to see Strome as part of the second power play unit to center that line.
So if you had 2 defensemen on PP1, you could do that.
Put Kakko or Lafreniere in his spot.
Yeah.
Or
so
even
or have a defenseman.
Well, we didn't have a defenseman to do that last year, so unless you talk about D'Angelo, which you don't, so we couldn't even try that out last year, and it's not something I think Quinn wanted to try out anyway. So
it's all because there was no training camp. I mean, no preseason games. If there was preseason games, you could have tried something out. I don't know why they didn't have preseason games this year.
I know.
Terrible idea.
Terrible. I don't know how you go into a season without preseason games. If you've been following us from the beginning, we are all staunchly against the fact that there was no preseason games.
No, you're not, you fucking liars.
I didn't care.
One was I didn't care. The other 2 were like, oh, you're an idiot. Just about normal things, not about that. But
that's funny. That's what Martin St. Louis was saying when he walked away.
Oh, he says, I can't believe I shook that fucking guy's hand.
That guy probably just gave me COVID. Great. Thanks a lot. Talking
about fucking danger.
I made it a year and a half without getting it. And I had to run into you in Walmart of all places.
Yeah, he's probably anti-vaxxer anyway.
No, yeah. He lives in Florida. Of course he is.
That's good to see. Yeah, he still lives there. I mean,
Of course he lives there. There's no fucking taxes.
But that's a very good point.
But he's not working anymore. What's he doing? It's income taxes.
But his son's going to some private school for hockey in Connecticut, though.
Wow, that's a hell of a commute.
What was that, Drunk Bill?
That's a hell of a commute.
That would be one hell of a commute. You are 100% right. So
does he get a bus that takes him?
So I think half the year he is in Connecticut and half the year he is in Florida. But 51% of the time he's in Florida. So he doesn't have to pay those Connecticut taxes. Because I've heard they can get pricey.
Yeah, pricey for a guy that made $55 million during his career. I saw a stat that Magic Johnson during his playing career, he made like $40 million.
Too soon.
Since he's retired, his net worth is now like $600 million, given all of his after career investments.
Well, yeah, but he also did TV for a while.
Is that before all the movie theaters closed down, or like after? Was that after the pandemic?
No, I'm sure it was before.
Why? What movie? What movie?
He owns a lot of movie theaters.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, they're called like Magic Johnson.
Is that where Pee Wee Herman went to?
Tom thought they were named after the janitor, Magic Johnson. Bill gets that joke. Bill gets that joke, and that's all that matters to me. My target audience gets it, and that's all that counts.
We worked with a guy once. Okay, I went to Montreal, and I went to a hotel that had and in Montreal they had. In this hotel, there was a suite that was named the Guy Lafleur suite. So I came back and told these guys, hey, they had a Guy Lafleur suite. I mentioned it. And somebody that we worked with said, but how do you know that it was Guy Lafleur, the hockey player? Because that's probably like a more common name up there.
So Bill said, no, it was named after Guy Lafleur, the janitor. Good point, stupid.
Well, Do I happen to know this individual?
Yes, you do.
Okay, good. Was it the tall one or the short one?
The
It was very
taller
tall.
one, I would guess.
Taller one.
Okay.
Oh, don't call it a comeback, baby. Don't call it a comeback.
I'm
We
a minute
won't,
behind.
because I won't get there for another 7 minutes.
Oh God, what's going to happen? I have 3:35 left in the third.
What? 3:25.
Oh,
It's just a
wow.
little quicker. Oh, Nick just saw it.
Let's
Well-
just say the beast is starting to be woken up.
I don't know about that. We'll see. It's
Beast.
a little late. We got 2 goals to go.
That one was pretty easy.
It was so easy. Palmieri whiffed on it.
Well,
Eberle did all the work.
I think wasn't it in the
Yes.
yeah, he
was
missed the
offside.
air.
Okay, I get it. It was a joke, guys. Relax.
Was it a joke?
Yes.
Maybe it's because he wears 21 and the helmet and the beard, but I don't know. He reminds me of Ray Ferraro right now in an Islander uniform. Palmieri.
I suppose I'll do it. Oh, they're gonna pull a goalie quick. That's what they're doing. Volley's gonna come out as soon as they get possession.
If they get possession.
Now I'm gonna have to watch the rest of this game behind everybody.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to put my phone on delay somehow.
Oh,
yeah.
that was a
Close. That was close.
I could hear that through my freaking
Oh.
my earphones.
I have it on mute and I heard it.
All right, Varley, might as well be going soon here, buddy. Or wait until
Oh, that was offsides. That was offsides. All those all-stars can't happen.
Martin Brodeur, what letter is he? Oh, we're not doing the game.
Wow. Wait till you see the replay of the post shot right before they go to commercial.
yeah.
Did he dent the post?
Oh man.
You're gonna go to commercial now?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's one of those
Look.
ones that comes off the post quicker
Oh.
than it hit the post at.
Jesus. Like gained speed.
Oh. Wowzers. Off the crossbar.
Varley's like, is that the ringing in my head from the hit earlier in the game, or was that the post?
Either one.
Oh my God, everybody. The Yankees won a baseball game.
Oh, that happens every time we have a podcast and doesn't happen the rest of the week.
I know, 6-5.
They go
Oh
like
my
1-5
goodness.
or 1-6 every week, and it's always on a Tuesday that they win.
Brian Cashman said, "We have a great coaching staff. We have what it takes in the room to win."
They got shit.
He
I
needs
still
to
think
go.
Gary Sanchez could play.
He needs to go too.
I agree.
He
It's
put it.
about
Of
time.
course, he's got to say that. He put it all together. What else could he say? Can he say no? We're a piece or two away when he
No,
constructs the roster.
I don't understand how Boone still is the manager of the Yankees.
It's real simple.
Don't get it.
He's a puppet for the analytics people and for Cashman behind the scenes. And he allows his strings to be pulled by them, and he gets to keep his job.
Well, they're all
They
making
did
the
not build
wrong
that team with
decisions.
analytics.
They've been making the wrong decisions for the past almost 3 years now.
If anybody on that team knew anything about analytics, Gary Sanchez wouldn't be on the team anymore.
This is a really, really good point.
NASCAR Nashville Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be
One
at the
thing-
race the following week.
One thing that I noticed the Islanders do that I don't like is
Everything.
when a puck carrier is carrying the puck over the blue line, a teammate is almost right next to him. And that allows one defenseman to cover 2 people. I don't know why they don't get more space.
I'll get on the phone with.
I don't know, man. That's a weird. I don't like their breaks into the zone. It's to me bizarre.
Oh, you got to shoot that. What are you doing?
I wouldn't be able to tell you yet.
Oh, it's a dangerous pass.
Oh,
Oh, I should have shot that.
right? High slot. You got to shoot that puck.
The problem is, it's too many. Everybody's got to shoot more. He's just well,
Oh,
Yeah.
You got to shoot that puck. I agree.
Bill, thoughts?
Well, what can I add? What's happened now? Is the game over?
we'll be
We got a
soon.
minute 4 left on my end.
We're at a minute.
On icing.
Well, hey, look, you go back to the island 1-1. I think this
Yeah,
is
and that's
what you hope for.
that's
That's all you can hope for.
You dream for 2-0. You hope for 1-1. And you expect 0-2.
That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else to it.
You can't expect to win in the other person's arena. That's, it's just the way it is. Until game
you
seven.
you want to split. You want to split if you
expect
can.
to win a game there.
You can split the series.
Not until game 7, I would think.
Series in the NHL don't go to the home team through the first 6 games. That doesn't happen.
Rarely.
Rarely.
Happened in the 2003 Stanley Cup Finals. Every home team won.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, it will happen.
Isn't that the year?
I'm just saying.
But
the losing goaltender won the Conn Smythe.
Fuck that fucking guy. He did not deserve it. Brodeur gets 2 shutouts in the Stanley Cup Finals and he loses.
Apparently,
that was crazy.
He won it.
Huh?
I mean, it's MVP of the playoffs, not of the final.
Doesn't matter. He still had an incredible playoffs. Should have won it.
The other guy.
No, he didn't.
Had a better one, in fact, probably.
Played on a team called the Ducks. It's the stupidest fucking team name ever.
Quack. Quack.
Fuck you.
Quack.
Well,
Fuck
they
you.
didn't win it.
Quack.
Quack. Quack.
Quack. Quack. Quack.
Gordon, stop quacking.
Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth.
The Cup's more important than the Conn Smythe anyway.
No, that's definitely the Conn Smythe.
What are you showing?
Never count out.
Go home with the
Brooklyn,
Conn
baby.
Smythe winner than.
Oh, they win it now?
They're winning.
Let me just look at the score here.
It's the only trophy that eluded him. Damn Conn Smythe.
Oh, Marty never won one?
No. You knew that, you jerk.
It doesn't seem right because he was like the Hall of Famer on that team that had all those cups.
So it was Lemieux.
Yep. Stevens. Scott Stevens won the 2000 Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Giguère?
Jean-Sebastien Giguère, yeah. Fucking asshole.
Yeah. But Brodeur really, I mean, he won in the most important way. I mean, he made it with both sisters. That's better than any trophy.
Like, do the sisters look alike at all? Or are they like completely opposite?
I'm sure they look. I'm not 100% certain, but I think they look similar. I would say. I don't think it's like a.
Then what's the point?
It's not a Joe and Natalie situation. One doesn't look like Joe from. Yeah.
Facts of Life.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you didn't.
Where did that come from?
I'm just thinking of a show
what?
That had 2 different looking people.
I didn't say. But even when you landed on that show, why wasn't it Blair and Tootie or what?
I don't.
How did that?
I have no idea. I was just trying to think skinny and fat. I don't know.
Was it Blair's cousin that came over there?
No. All right, change the topic. Change the topic. I don't want to have to do that much editing. You're going to hell. You are going to hell, bro.
Oh man, it's gonna be a really chippy next game, dude. It's gonna be loud as shit in the collie.
I mean, it could be louder if they would let that other 1% in.
Wait, I thought it was called the barn. Now it's the collie. What the fuck?
I'll see you in the barn.
Stage Christ.
You
can call the other one the bank.
That's stupid. Thank you. Sick.
No.
I don't know. All right, Islanders lose. Thank God.
Rude.
That's gonna do it for us. Put Nick out of his misery for the night.
All right.
Twitter @friends_rivals. Facebook, YouTube, Friends and Rivals Podcast. When you're on YouTube, click, comment, and share. When you're going to subscribe for this. I'm so distracted right now. Apple Podcast, Spotify. Leave us a like, a rating. We'll read that shit on the air. God bless us. Billy, say something witty.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Play us out.
Oh, my friends and rivals. Flyers fun, flyers fun.